What's up, everybody? Welcome to the KindaFunny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer slash seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Hello, Greg. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I like your donuts shirt.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm the donut guy. Remember a couple KindaFunny podcasts ago, I was declared the donut guy. That was me.
You are the donut guy?
Yeah, remember that?
That's such a
Andy
good
was the
shirt.
lollipop guy. Andy was the lollipop guy. I was the donut guy. Tim was what? The bomber jacket guy. Nick, I'm not sure if you were here. You were the jujitsu guy. And then, of course, Kevin was the Go V guy. Go V or go home.
Fuck
you know?
you.
Go V, go big, go big.
I'm going with Go V. If you're not familiar, ladies and gentlemen, Go V are the #1 brand of smart lights in the world, and Kevin swears by them.
Am I looking
I love that the level of quality content we have now is just like Kevin likes Hue lights. So let's just say he likes another brand of lights. Like, that's it. That's the joke. Like, that's it.
He
I
loves
love
it, though.
it. Like, legitimately right now, I'm on Amazon looking at lollipop shirts to send one to Andy.
What's a lollipop?
What are they?
shirt
Yeah, I was
look
gonna say,
like?
what do you got?
I
for
mean,
me?
you got
see
one that
some?
says donuts. No, they're not good. I'm gonna be honest. The
Here, here's what
lollipop
I'm gonna say.
game-
I'm gonna put a full stop to this, and I will put it to Mike to decide. We're gonna make Andy a lollipop shirt.
Okay.
Either it's gonna be Nick licking the lollipop
Oh,
or
no.
Kevin licking the lollipop, and that's what's on the shirt.
Why not both?
What if
Same
Kevin,
lollipop at the same
what if-
time.
Two faces, one lollipop. Yeah,
yeah. What if Kevin's licking the lollipop and the quote underneath it says, "I'll let you lick the lollipop"?
I hate. Like, we had such a good idea at the beginning of this, and we just destroyed it into a shirt that he'll never wear.
Well, with the shirt will still say I'm the lollipop guy, but then it'll have one and or both of you guys licking the lollipop. And then when he wears it, people are gonna go, which one's the lollipop guy? And Andy's gonna go, no, I am.
So they can't. So only one person can be the lollipop guy. This is what I'm hearing right now. We can't have multiple lollipop guys.
Well, no, it's just sure, it showcases you two licking the lollipop, but it's not. You're neither of you are the actual lollipop guy.
Oh, okay. I understand this. Okay,
You
cool. So
understand?
we're like wannabe lollipop guys. We're guys that want to we're wannabes, but we'll never quite be as good as the real lollipop guy.
You're taking a lot of it and putting it on your shoulders as if it's an insult to you. It's just more nonsensical that you're on the shirt and neither of you lollipop guy. It's kind of like when you used to say, I work for the game, or I have a channel, it's called the Game Over Greggy channel. You go, are you Greg? You're like, no. Like that was, that's what, this is the kind of situation we're putting
Oh,
Andy into.
we changed the company name.
Exactly. A lot of people are wondering where Andy is, of course. It is with a heavy heart. I have to tell you all that Andy has been suspended from the KindaFunny podcast. He tried to rebel against the state ranking, saying Texas deserved to be higher. And we gave out a 1-episode ban to him. So he is currently riding the pine, thinking about it. You know what I mean?
So he defended his state, and he gets a vacation for a day.
Damn, fuck. I didn't think it through. I didn't think it through when I banned him. You know what I mean? When I gave him the old send him to injury reserve. That's how it's got to be. That man who just, of course, is Forbes 30 under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues in San Francisco, a.k.a. the verified one at Tim Geddes.
So I have my analog pocket.
About
right?
time.
Yeah. And I loaded it up, and I've been playing a lot of games on
that's
it.
so trippy. When you held it up, I thought there was something on the screen. I thought it was like putting a graphic on the screen, but it's your ring light.
Well, that
It's reflecting
that
off
was
of
the
it.
ring light, but now it's Pokemon
Oh, but now
Blue
it does
version.
have the Pokemon on there. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But what's so cool about this is
That
this
game
is
come
my
in color?
original cartridge
Oh.
from 1998, and I was really worried that my save file was going to be gone,
Boobs is still there.
but alas, it is
Yeah.
not.
Player Timmy.
Timmy.
Look at little
64
Timmy.
hours.
64 hours,
A lot
151.
of time.
Now, here's a question for you, Tim. Sorry, Greg,
Wow.
KindaFunny.com, who, I only know Pokemon since its resurgence here with the Pokemon Go and Porygon. Is 151 for back then a lot of Pokemon? A little
That's
Pokemon?
them all.
That's all
This
from
guy,
Pokemon.
little Timmy, caught them all. Greg.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Did he cheat? Yeah, he did.
How'd
Did
you
he
cheat?
swim up and down Cinnabar Island for 63 of those 64 hours? Probably. But I did it. I even got Mew. And I got Mew too.
No,
That was really fucking good, guys. Like,
next
come on.
question. Yeah, is Mew
Come
different than
on.
Mewtwo? Is Mew
It
different
really
than Mewtwo?
wasn't. It
Yes.
really wasn't good.
I
Is
think
it a
I feel
different
like so,
form of
Tim,
Mewtwo?
No, they're kind of buddies.
If I
Okay.
can be
I
if I can be
feel
honest
like-
on that joke, I think it just I think it was too smart for this crowd.
Yeah.
It
I think
really
that we just
wasn't.
don't
It
know
really- it
enough
just
about
wasn't good.
Pokemon to know that Mew and Mewtwo are two different. I mean,
No, we
now
know
that
that.
you've
We all
educated
know.
me,
No,
I'd
we
like
all
to
know
give
that
you a
Mewtwo.
polite golf clap, just a little golf clap.
Thank you.
No,
Right,
don't
that
It's
Mike,
one of
yeah,
those,
can
yeah,
you
we
golf clap with
understand,
us?
like, you know what I mean? We understand that makes you popular with friends. The kids would get that. A lot of the Pokemon
Like, Curran would have laughed his ass off at that. He'd be like,
That's how he laughs.
and then James would have been like, oh, dude. That would have been great.
Your James Burke impression is too close to your Tim impression.
Yeah.
They're the same
James
person.
Burke
Have you
doesn't
seen
do
them in the
this.
same room
This
ever?
is the Tim clap.
Same
James
height.
Burke does this, bruh. Like, you know what I mean? There's a
Oh,
difference.
he does.
there.
He does. So you're
Yeah.
saying that James
Closed
does
fist.
the closed fist, like throw the ball into the mitt,
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. And Tim does Tim do the double clap, the sloth?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Tim
do
does
the
the
gorilla
gorilla
clap.
gorilla
clap. Got it.
clap.
Big fan of Planet of the Apes. Wasn't until
Did
last
you
week,
watch?
but
did you
now
watch
I'm
the new
all in.
movie?
I'm not
you
going to
watch-
spoil it. We got it in
Oh,
review coming
man.
up.
Okay, good.
Tim,
I'm
I want you to
glad.
put a
wanna
pin
It
hear
in
was
that,
so
all right?
fucking good.
Yeah.
But go. What's up, Greg?
I want you to lift up your hand, hold the grenade, okay? Now pull the pin.
Okay. That stuff in
Pull the pin. All right, now don't let go of the thing till I come back. All right, that's a live grenade of a topic. We'll be right back. Sorry. And of course, rounding out the quartet today, he's the master of hype, Snowbike Mike. Hello, all the way from Lake Tahoe, Snowbike Mike.
What up, Greg? Sunny side up here on the mountain, just hanging out, having some fun. I'll keep it short because Tim has a open grenade in his hand, but also. Greg,
I
let me
still
tell
gotta
you
do
a
the
couple of
intro and
stories
everything
that I
else. He's
have,
holding
you
the
know what I
grenade for a
mean?
long time.
Yeah,
Don't worry, don't
he'll
worry,
hold
that's
on to that. You know, I got some stories to tell you. No, I'm good. I'm excited to be here, Greg. Let's get it moving.
How's Tahoe these days, huh? Yeah, remember when it burned and then it snows a lot up there, and then
Hot
because
fire.
when a friend of mine once said when it rains in the bay, it snows in the hoe, and so that we had the rain here in December. I know. Is it still snowy up there?
It's still snow on the ground, Greg, but we're having some nice, beautiful, sunny days up here. It's spring weather, so I'm running around t-shirt and shorts all day.
Nice. Wow. Okay. Cool.
Gotta love that.
How many scooters do you have at your disposal right now?
Scooters, I have one Razor scooter
Uh-huh.
ready to go at any moment. I don't
Sure.
have my scooter that I want. I will have one soon
No.
enough. I've ordered up a Vespa, Greg, because I'm going to
Told you not to
send
do
it
that.
down in the bay, just so you know. I'm going to
We
send it
told
down
you
in the
not to
bay.
do
on a
that.
Vespa.
We told you not to get the Vespa.
Mhm.
You didn't
I'm
listen.
getting one. I'm
I'm
getting one.
going Vespa.
Tim's got a live grenade, so let me get through this really quick, ladies and gentlemen. This, of course, is the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, coming to bullshit with each other about whatever it is they want to bullshit about. If you want to bullshit with us, you can go to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. On patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, you can write in with your own topics. You can get the show ad-free. You can get the show with the exclusive post show we do, and you could be watching live like all the trogs. What do we got here? Omega-3, Madeline Stanley, Joshy G. Of course, if you're watching live, thank you for your support. Be active in the comments and chats there. Maybe I'll pull you into the show and you'll have a good time. If you have no bucks to toss our way, though, it's no big deal. You can get each and every episode of the Kind of Funny podcast over on youtube.com/kindoffunny, roosterteeth.com, and podcast services around the globe each and every week. Of course, you can go the extra mile and use Kind of Funny Epic Game Store creator code. Pop that in if you're buying games on the Epic Game Store. Pop in if you're playing Fortnite and you're on your Switch. Pop in if you're playing Rocket League on your PlayStation or Xbox. Just have a good time. Give us some support. We love it. We appreciate it. Housekeeping for you right now on youtube.com/kindoffunny. And of course, the Screencast podcast feed. You can get our review of Uncharted. The movie starring Tom Holland. Now, I was going to say our review of Uncharted starring Tom Holland as if he was at the review. He was not at the review, but Joey Noel is. Blessing Adeoye Jr. is. Lots of people, lots of big stars, lots of big names are there. So they're there. You can come check that out right now. Like I said, podcast services, kindoffunny.com. Of course, thank you to our Patreon producers, Gordon McGuire, Delaney Twinning, Bionicle in Review 2022, James Davis, a.k.a. at James Davis Makes, and Pranksky. Today, we're brought to you by Upstart and Green Chef, but I will tell you about that later. For now, Tim, pull their grenade and continue your conversation.
Oh, I had more to say.
You said you liked the movie Planet of the Apes, right?
We're not talking
yeah.
about that right now. We got a whole
What is
series for Planet of the Apes.
What
that
does
we talk
Planet of
about
the
next.
Apes have in common with us, Tim?
We're a bunch of monkeys.
We're very
Close.
hairy.
We go to patreon.com.
They're apes. You know that.
Patreon.com/kindoffunny, where DJ Kento writes in and says, "What is the ultimate San Francisco movie?" After watching the ranking of the states and then the in review for Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I realized you all have reviewed a lot of movies that take place in San Francisco. Made me wonder what you all think is the best version of San Francisco ever put on film. You've got. I'm sorry, Nick. You want to interrupt DJ?
There's just you can finish the question. I
You
he's
got
excited.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes, The Matrix Resurrections, both Venom films, Godzilla 2014, X-Men: The Last Stand, Bumblebee, both Ant-Man films, Shang-Chi, and Pixar's Inside Out. And then there are the other films you haven't reviewed that take place in SF: Dirty Harry, Mrs. Doubtfire, Big Trouble in Little China, The Rock,
Bullet.
48 Hours, Bullet, Vertigo, Basic Instinct, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, Zodiac, The Game, both Sister Acts, and for Nick, the Psych movie. He gives us a list, and I'll put into general so you can all look at it if you want to. He says, here's a list of every film that has scenes in San Francisco. It's only 3 pages long. Thanks, homies. DJ Kento. Nicholas, you didn't even have to think about it. You cleared the mechanism. I said, best San Francisco film. What do you say?
I mean, it's clearly X-Men 3, X-Men: The Last Stand, right? I mean, any movie where they take the Golden Gate Bridge and just build that bridge over to Alcatraz is A-okay with me. What a perfect film.
Perfect film.
I think about it every time. When I drive on the Golden Gate Bridge, every time, and I drive on it a lot, I think about X-Men: Last Stand, Magneto moving it over there. I think of Planet of the Apes, them running over to get into Marin.
Awesome.
And then I think about the Avengers video game, but that's not for this conversation right now.
Okay. Was Godzilla on that list? I forget.
Godzilla 2014.
That was, Godzilla 2014. That was a cool use of the city too. That had some really cool imagery. Really, it's just always cool to see San Francisco in a movie. Because you think, oh, I live here. This is just my city. You don't think that anyone else ever thinks about it. But clearly, every day, everyone in America is thinking about San Francisco. What are those San Franciscans
it's in the
doing
best state
right
of the
now?
country. So, of course, people are thinking about us.
Top 3 cities in all of California, for sure.
For sure.
I mean, I'm very partial to Big Trouble in Little China, but I can't in any way, shape, or form say that they actually highlight San Francisco in that, because I think predominantly most of it was filmed on a backlot and or in LA. I think maybe you see a shot of San Francisco as Jack Burton's coming over the Golden Gate Bridge the first time when it's like rainy and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think they just shot a couple exteriors out there. Psych the movie, same thing. I think most of that was shot in Vancouver. Maybe they had a couple shots there. So you got to really we got to start boiling it down to like movies that were filmed in San Francisco.
Sure.
If you want the quintessential San Francisco experience. That's where we get into the Dirty Harry conversation. Of course, Tim's favorite movie, Dirty Harry.
Of
We used to
course.
call him Dirty Timmy when he was playing the Pokemon back in the day on the streets.
Dirty Timmy, stop swimming around that island. Get your Pokemon the honest way.
Get out of Cinnabon Island.
Look at this.
Dirty Harry, that's one that's near and dear to my heart. Because if you guys don't know or didn't remember or haven't heard, in 2020, when the pandemic first hit, Jen and I got kind of obsessed with Dirty Harry and watched the entire series.
Really?
Yeah.
I
We
did
were
not know
super
that.
into it. We were super into it, watched the entire way. And so it's cool to see, obviously, I've lived here for 15 years now in San Francisco, but to see a much, well, if you go all the way back to Dirty Harry, 1971 version of San Francisco, and then the Deadpool obviously builds up to 1988, to the point of, after one of those, I hit up Tim and I was like, I had no idea that the Embarcadero hadn't always been open. The Embarcadero over by the ferry building.
Isn't that crazy?
They used to have a highway on top of it that, the 89 earthquake ruined. But I would never thought it was that recent that I would never ever in my life seen a photo of the highway above the Embarcadero. I lived down there when I worked at IGN. So I know I'm playing fast and loose with that would have been 30 years after the earthquake, right? But still to live down there and never have seen a photo of the Embarcadero with a highway on top of it, never have seen structures that were like, oh yeah, that's clearly this thing that had been there. Because even for now in Soma, right? I remember in Nick, you do for sure, where we used to hang out at Kate O'Brien's. I remember when the highway there was double decker and you could get on and off it, and they eventually knocked that down and they moved all these things around. I remember watching that part of the city change so drastically. I never knew this existed in front of the ferry building, and God, is it way more beautiful now.
Yeah, it's really cool to go back and look at those old places and
Kevin's doing a great job right now.
And not recognize something from that because of how differently the city is.
For sure.
My favorite thing to do though is and I'm looking at this Wikipedia list, and they've omitted one of my favorite movies that has a lot of exteriors in San Francisco. A movie called Sneakers. My favorite part of this movie, Sneakers, is when Robert Redford pulls up right in front of what's now a Google building down on close to the Embarcadero, if not in that area, and just parks easily.
Oh yeah,
there's no one around. That's always so fun. You watch that, or you watch Basic Instinct, and Michael Douglas, no problem parking, which is the scariest part of that whole thing. I'm like, what fucking weird reality do these people live in, where you can just drive all over San Francisco and park your car?
Well, and the other thing from Dirty Harry as well. I joke around about this, of course, all the
Harry
time.
Potter.
The Mandela effect, or things getting blinked into existence. The Berenstein Bears kind of shit, where. Again, I lived here for 15 years. I had never in my entire fucking life heard of or seen the Mount Davidson Cross. And then you watch Dirty Harry or one of the other Dirty Harry films. I forget which one. And it's like a main set piece. Like Dirty Harry has to go nose to nose with it. There's a shootout up there. The guy gets away up there. And Jen and I were like, what the fuck is this thing? And we looked it up and went hiking there the next day. And now it's one of those things you see. I see all over the place.
Wait, is it
It's
in
ridiculous.
San Francisco proper?
Yeah.
Huge.
It's ginormous. Yeah.
I've never seen this.
Oh,
in my
wow.
life.
Totally. Look at Mount
Yeah,
Davidson.
you've seen it from the distance. Like, I think.
But it's like, it's in a wooded area. So it's like, if you're not looking for it, it can easily be confused as just trees.
Wow.
But it's humongous.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Across.
Wow.
But anyways, that's all classic SF. That's all dirty SF. That's, whatever. Like that. There's a bunch of stuff going on there. More recently, I think Shang-Chi did a great job with it.
Shang-Chi did a fantastic job. I mean,
Very
even I
quick,
want to give
though.
a shout out to Venom 1 as well. Like, I feel like the little they showed, there was a lot of like actual real culture of SF there. They kind of nailed it. And granted, that's like a kind of more like futuristic kind of sci-fi look for a lot of the shit they did with that is not necessarily where we're at right now. In terms of like actually nailing the shit, the answer is Last Black Man in San Francisco, which is a fantastic movie. Everyone should check it out. And it really, really shows SF in a real way for what it really is. It's cheating a little bit, but Blind Spotting is a movie I talk about a lot, and that's more Bay Area. It's definitely more Oakland than it is San Francisco, but the culture-wise, I think that they really nail what it's all about. But I do think Shang-Chi did great, but the Rise of the Planet of the Apes that we watched last week for in review, I had a great time watching that, and with the future of that franchise, I'm excited to see how they continue to use the city and the surrounding elements of it, because it's
Let's just say
it's
you'll go
cool.
8 for you.
Yeah, I will. But it's cool how they actually use the environments where they actually are, as opposed to just kind of the weird fake Disneyland version of San Francisco. A lot of movies like Bullet, when you look at that car chase, it's like that's not how that works. That's not how the city works.
The car chase in The Rock, where they go from the financial district to the Palace of Fine Arts within one cut. Like,
yeah,
what? How the fuck did you get there?
But also just shout out to The Rock in general, though, because I don't
movie.
want you guys to say anything other than that is a perfect film. I haven't seen it since I was like 8 years old, and I remember
So you're
it
talking
being
about
the
The Rock
coolest
with-
thing I've ever
Oh,
seen.
that's the one I was
Nicolas
going to go
Cage?
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think if any of us were about to talk shit about The Rock, they can get the fuck out of this company. All right.
Yes.
The Rock is an amazing film.
Greg, how
Next.
many times have I turned to you in the heat of battle when we were forming this country with Tim off at a Starbucks?
This country?
This company. While Tim was off at a Starbucks. And I turned to you and I said, Greg, we've spilled the same blood, the same
Oh my God, what a scene. You
every
kidding me?
single time. And you were like, you're my Michael Bean. And I was like, I'm going to be your Michael Bean.
How many times have the assholes looked at each other in the heat of battle of a party mode and say, winners go home and fuck the prom queen? All
Every
right.
time. I say it all the time. I say
to
to which
baristas.
Tim always asks, what are you doing at someone's prom? You're 42 years old.
Oh man, The Rock, what a fucking
Creeping.
movie. You kidding me? Nicolas Cage, Sean Connery, Ed Harris, Michael Biehn, as you said.
The guy that played Candyman's in it, he's really good too. The original Candyman. Remember, he's one of the bad guys.
No, I know who.
Yeah.
I don't
bad
remember.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who's the
He's
one that
playing
goes
Venom.
bad fully?
That's
Ed
him. That's
Harris.
the guy.
No, Ed Harris is bad, but like at the end, he's kind of
He's
like
bad
he was
guy.
never planning on doing it.
He was never gonna, ignite.
Yeah,
Remember
the-
the two guys. Candyman's one of them.
Ye-
Then it's the other guy. With the I can't even describe this
The
guy.
blonde guy, right?
Yeah, he's kind of blondish. Big jaw. I think he has a big jawline. Am I
Yeah,
crazy
that
in
sounds
thinking
right.
this?
That's right.
Like a really pronounced
Tony
jawline.
Todd.
We're like Tony Todd was Candyman. Yeah, so he's in it. And he's like, "Sir, I respectfully disagree." And I was like, "Well, when you say it like that, Tony Todd,
You're
that sounds like you're
respectful.
gonna kill me. You're gonna shoot me in the face."
Now, if we can have a quick sidebar, Nick.
Yeah.
I had forgotten Tony Todd was ever in The Rock. All right.
Clearly
And I
you
come to you and
haven't
I said, hey, Tony Todd and me now follow each other on Twitter. Should we get Tony Todd on the podcast? And you're like, I guess I could talk about Candyman for a little bit. We could be talking
Well,
about The
that was
Rock.
like-
We could
that
just
was
have a
'cause they
whole
wanted-
conversation about fucking The Rock. You know what I
watched.
mean?
We could have, but I
There's
always
a
feel
lot
bad
to
doing
talk
that
to
because
him
obviously they want him
about.
to come in and promote the new movie that he's in, and it's
No.
he's probably
This
tired
is
of talking
just
about
this
The
is
Rock.
just him being my friend. This is just an internet
Oh.
friendship. This is nothing to do with like PR. I'll tell you the real thing we're doing is we're gonna bring him in. We butter him up. We talk about The Rock for a while. We ask some Candyman stuff. Then real quick we'll be like, oh yeah, and you're Venom in the new Spider-Man game, and that's when we start pumping hard for information. And we really this is where he's on the defensive. We've lured him in, Snowbike Mike, as they say. All right.
Yep.
Tony Todd, this little baby rabbit here, big blinky eyes. He doesn't know what's happening. What happens? Here comes Tim. He's got the big mallet, and we just go to town and we get the information we want out of him about what's happening in the Spider-Man game from Insomniac.
I'm down.
I like
Thank you,
this
Tim.
plan. I like this plan. Let's lure him in. Let's get this. I like that.
This is
Chat
great.
be cool if we ever hit up Tony Todd. You be cool. You don't bring it up.
No, Mike, let me ask you a question. What are your thoughts on Mrs. Doubtfire?
Oh, Mrs. Doubtfire. What a classic, Tim. I like Mrs. Doubtfire. I like the use of San Francisco in there. I was actually going to go a different way. I was going to say the internship with my dude Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, because they go to the Google campus, then they go up to the top of the bridge, they look over, they go to a San Francisco strip club. You know, I think they did it all. I think they hit it all of San Francisco that I needed to see.
I want to toss out. We talk about things that give off a realistic experience, right? The one I want to toss out, and Nick, I think you might be my only touchstone here. Pacific Heights. Remember this movie?
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton,
That
Melanie
movie
Griffith.
terrified me when I was a kid.
Why did it terrify you?
Because he was like because Michael Keaton's like the creepiest fucking guy on the planet. Remember?
Sure, but
he,
what
like,
it is,
tortures them.
Kevin, I sent you a trailer. If you can just toss it up to play in the background or whatever.
I
It's a
don't see
1990s
like
film, and all it's about, ladies and gentlemen, is just that Michael
hold
Keaton,
on,
of
hold
course,
on.
is a terrible tenant. He's a Melanie Griffith and Matthew Modine buy a place in the Pacific Heights here in San Francisco. It's obviously way too more money than they wanted to spend. So what do? They rent out the room to a normal ass guy, Michael Keaton.
The
and then Michael
Room.
Keaton, you're right. Michael Keaton uses all the tricks of the trade to be a bad tenant and try to take over the house and not get thrown out and just milk them for money. And it's scary more as an adult. I think it's more of this is a horror movie for Kevin.
Yeah,
Because this
it's
is
more
more
about
something
the
Joey would
landlord.
pull on him. This is
Yeah.
definitely a movie.
I
Joey
watched
would-
this movie like in the last year, and it's like way more tense than I remembered it being. It's really good.
I've
He's
told
such a
Joey
good
multiple
actor.
times to infest Kevin's house with cockroaches, like he does in this movie.
But I don't think that sounds great.
And
Yeah,
she
that
just
sounds bad for
refuses.
everyone.
She
That sounds
refuses
bad
to
for
take
everyone.
over the house. Michael Keaton, by the way, this was like so. There's three Michael Keatons to me.
Sure.
Growing up, right? There's Michael Keaton I grew up with in the 80s, which was silly Michael Keaton, Mr. Mom, Michael Keaton, Gung Ho Michael Keaton, right? The Michael Keaton that I know from Beetlejuice, the silly, more comedic Michael Keaton. Then he turned a corner right around 89 when he became the some would say the best Batman ever.
A lot of people would say that. A lot of people would say
A lot of people would just stand by that stamp. And I was like, cool, I love him. Then he did Batman Returns. I'm like, he's Batman forever. He's always gonna be my Batman.
He's Batman
Then
forever.
I see him in this movie, and I'm like, I don't understand. I'm a child. I'm impressionable. How come he's scary as shit in this? How come he's not Batman? When's he gonna put the Batman costume on?
A lot of people hit me up, Nick, and they say dream guest for Kind of Funny. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
my
I'll throw out
God.
obviously The Rock. I'll throw out The Rock, of course, because I love him. Obviously, Bill Murray. It'd be cool to do that. Honestly, Michael Keaton might be at the top of the list because you want to talk
Oh
about a
my
versatile actor. You know what I
God.
mean? Who's
I would
still
be
fucking
on-
killing it to this day. Who's about to save the DCEU all by himself.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say to that, Greg.
Yeah.
And I normally don't like to disagree with you in front of the kids because I feel like because the assholes run this company while Tim's off at a Starbucks, and we have to have a united
What
front.
is wrong with
Yeah.
you guys?
But what I'll say to you is I don't ever want Michael Keaton to come on this podcast because I don't want him to take that hit to his career. This podcast is where people come to have their careers die. And I want Michael Keaton to continue to be Vulture and
For the
continue to
record-
enjoy this resurgence he's had over the
Yeah,
For
last.
the
a lot of
record, we
up-and-comers.
had Jack Quaid on this show. What's Jack Quaid doing now? Working with Christopher Nolan.
That's
And he's
very
Superman.
true. Very
and he's
true.
in The Boys.
Did
Someone
a
say we
great
saved
job in Scream
Quaid.
in 5 Cream. I'm
Now,
sorry.
here's
Tim, almost
something I
said it
didn't know.
wrong.
Michael Keaton does have a Twitter. It
Mhm.
is somewhat active. I followed it now to start laying the groundwork here. All right.
Mm.
Also, I this isn't a joke because it's going to sound like a joke and it's a serious subject. All right. Well, you'll get there in a second. You'll follow me. Joey, stand by. All right.
Joey.
I
Standing by.
appreciate that now that I've run into Michael Keaton's Twitter and I know it exists and I'm here following, he tweets and I can hear it perfectly in his Batman cadence, like his Bruce Wayne cadence. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because January 10th, the tweet is Bob Saget was a really good guy. This is very sad news. He made a lot of people happy. But Bob Saget was a really good guy. In there, do you not hear Bruce Wayne saying that right there,
100%.
Nick? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Keaton has that perfect way of just like, he's just so charismatic when he talks. He's got that great voice, you know?
Yeah.
It
I
sounds
love
like,
when
let
you-
me try to do it. Let me try to do it, Tim. Ready?
Yeah, go.
Bob Saget. He's a really good guy.
You're going
Was
the wrong
that-
way. You're doing Bale. You're doing Bale.
Oh,
Instead,
I'm sorry. I
Clear
thought
the
you-
mechanism. Clear the mechanism, Nick. And,
okay.
and I know you know the quote. What's your
Yeah.
favorite quote from Batman 89? Say that and then do this.
Okay, ready? You think the people of the city, we're going to blow some stuff up, but they're not going to blow stuff up? Batman.
You're so bad at what you do. You know,
I really thought you were going to go with your actual 89 favorite quote.
he doesn't remember it.
Him and
He's no
Vicky
idea.
Vale.
Are you talking about the one
He-
with the Big Vale where he's like, she's like, are you gonna? Well, you got to set me up for it, Greg. I just got to know.
up.
Are we gonna try to love each other? Right?
Yeah.
I want to. I really do. But right now, he's out there, and I have to go to work.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. He crushed
Good.
it. He doesn't smile like that. He doesn't smile like that. That made me creepy. That made me creepy. He doesn't smile like that at the end of it. No.
What
Real
a great
quick,
fucking film.
Kevin Coelho from the producer truck. What do you got from him?
you mentioned the Mount Davison cross,
Yeah.
and it's funny because when you said that, I mean, it was like, oh yeah, the giant cross on the hill, and then I looked for pictures of it, and like you see how you can see it in the background here amongst the trees, like it's in the top right corner, right?
Yeah, okay.
I can't find this picture in modern day, but
Well,
like
because the trees are so much taller.
But that's the thing. I've seen it like this. Like, right? We've seen it like this. Because, like, yeah, now I'm
I
seeing
have to be
shit
on
like
top
this.
of it. Like when we hiked up to it, it was like one of those things where I was like, "Are we in the right place?" But Google Maps said to go. And we went up there and we found it.
Like, well, so that I wanted to bring that up because it's like, again, I feel like if I drive right now, I'm sure I can find a view where I can see it.
You want
Do
to
Joey,
it.
do
Does
me
that
a
sound-
favor.
Howard.
Joey, do me a favor. Go to Kevin's room. You just get on the ones and twos, make sure it doesn't crash. Kevin, you drive, and then call into this call on Discord with your phone. filming
Maybe
it.
it's, hold on.
You want to talk about a view?
I mean, I'm down.
All right, so the thing is, I think I can see it from my window is why.
Okay,
Like,
good.
I can feel
Okay.
this. Yeah, and
Like if you go upstairs?
Feel this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just feel a lot of confusion because, again, this view makes a lot of sense to me. Whose picture from 1938? You
Yeah.
know? Doesn't make
Back when
a
they were
lot
growing
of sense.
cabbage. They're growing some cabbage out here.
Looks like arugula.
Kevin, a time traveler.
They didn't have
It could be.
arugula in 19. What year is this? 19 whatever.
38.
When they invent arugula, Greg.
I don't know when they invented it. I can assure you they weren't fucking eating it out here. They were like, we need potatoes and big old heads of lettuce.
It's all mustard. You know what I mean?
How
They didn't even know about
desperate do you
baguettes
think
yet, you
people
know?
were to eat arugula for the first time? You know, like you look at that thing and you're like, that doesn't look like it tastes good, and then you eat it and you're like, this does not
I
taste
was
good.
right. I was right.
You're like, this is horrible.
not good.
And then you're like, and then you have to be like the second person to eat it when you were like when humans were just starting out, because you're like, it might kill the first person. So let's get Mike to eat it first, see how he reacts to it. And then, well, maybe not Mike, because Mike exists purely on chai
Mike's
lattes.
definitely not going to eat it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
man.
not gonna eat that shit. He's like, I'm not doing that stuff.
Teddy Grahams. And smash
I asked Mike, I was like, Mike, what'd you have for dinner today? I was like, smashing some Teddy Grahams.
Dude, that is the best answer you could have
Right.
possibly gave, Mike. I love you so much. In the same way Greg reads Michael Keaton's tweets in Michael Keaton's voice, I love when I get a text from Mike Howard, because immediately it could be one single word and there's just so much emotion in it. I wish I got a text from you that said the words Teddy Grahams, because I would just hear it ringing in my ears for years to come.
On the real, what does arugula
Oh my
even look
God.
like, Kevin? Would I ever try
Kevin,
arugula? What does it
yeah,
even look like?
You've
What?
had it.
Arugula was brought to America by British colonists, but it was not until the 1990s that arugula became known as a popular culinary
No, I mean
ingredient
that's
in the
like
United
I mean
States.
that's where it blew up, right? Like people are eating arugula before because it's just
Okay, so
another
you
piece
think-
of the broccoli.
I'm sorry,
plant.
you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. Clearly, the internet, which has never lied to us, says it became popular in the 1990s.
Yeah,
you're
we
just saying
all
San
remember-
Francisco was ahead of the curve in 1938. These people are trying to recover from both the blow that
I
was
never
the
said- first of all,
Titanic
I
20
never
years
said it was
earlier,
I
and
never
of
said it
course,
was-
the stock market crash of the 20s, right? But they were like, you know what, we really need arugula. We need some peppery lettuce. That's what we need right now.
I
to
never
really
said it
augment
was
our meal.
arugula. You said that. You said that.
No, I didn't.
Disgusting.
I don't know what the fuck arugula is. Like contextually, I understand it's
It's
a
a
spice or a
vegetable.
herb of some
No,
sort.
it's a
but
lettuce.
You've-
It's a
look at there it
lettuce.
is. You've seen it.
Wouldn't have known that.
A
You remember?
spicy lettuce.
Yeah, it's got a
What?
peppery
Yeah.
taste to it. It's good.
I like
It's not-
arugula.
it's
You know
not
what? You know what I
spicy,
like the arugula on, Greg. I like it
The
on
pizza.
the prosciutto pie. But
Sure.
then I like to see it and go, "That's a really nice touch." I take it right off, throw it out the fucking window. I don't need it.
No, it's
Yeah.
fun.
I appreciate
it's fun.
when you put some arugula on a prosciutto pie. You know what I mean? If you order a delivery, it comes on the side. I'm thinking of mainly how Pachi's does it, but it'll come on the side and they just give you so
Filipino does
much
the same
because you just
thing.
go pie, you throw this shit on there, Mike,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? Delicious.
Yeah, because you can't cook the arugula, right? That's the problem. is
Yeah,
always-
you
always gotta
look
put
at
it
all
on
wilted and
afterwards.
gross. Yeah, yeah.
Can I be honest with you about something, guys? And I know this is going to go against.
I'm sorry,
my-
real quick.
my
I'm sorry, real
upbringing.
quick. Hey, real quick. Mike, will you allow Nick to be honest?
Nick, I'll allow you to be honest.
Thank you.
I'm not a huge, as I get older, I'm not a huge fan of the prosciutto pie.
Okay. You want to explain? You want to expound on that?
Here's what happens every time, Tim.
Mhm.
They put the prosciutto slices on there, right? There's a thin sliced cured ham is what a prosciutto is. In case you were wondering. And unlike a pepperoni, which I think is the ultimate perfect topping, because the pepperoni is exactly the same size as my mouth, so every bite I take, if I can manage it properly, if I can negotiate it, pepperoni right in my mouth. The prosciutto, same thing happens every single fucking time. I take the first bite out of the slice. First off, it's always limp. Every prosciutto pie I've ever had limp. Never stands right up. Always limp. I take it off. The whole slice of prosciutto comes off one slice. Now I'm eating a little bit of dough, piping hot sauce, and my mouth is just full of this gummy prosciutto that's impossible to teeth through. And I got sharp teeth. I have look at these teeth.
He's been complimented several times.
Someone was like, "Get away from my arm! Bite through your fucking arm, dude! I'll bite through your arm, Tim. You touch me too much." That's what I'm saying. Like the prosciutto pie. Also, when they put the arugula, nobody really wants. You don't want lettuce on your fucking pie. You don't want that. Come on, the lettuce goes. You get the arugula salad first. You eat that with a little bit of lemon, a little olive oil, maybe some Parmesan cheese sprinkled on the top of it. You go, "I'm very healthy. I've earned this next pie."
I like
Give me the pepperoni pie.
I'm with you when it comes to the whole prosciutto situation, but like I differ in one way. I like the whole having to fight it in your mouth with your teeth situation. So I'm more of the I get ahead of it. I know it's gonna happen, so I just kind of just grab it. I just roll it up.
Oh yeah,
fruit roll up style.
You suck it right in your mouth.
There is something in there. There is something amazing and delicious of when you bite into a prosciutto pie and you pull off all the cheese and meat and you ball that up in your mouth and you chew it like big league chew, like you're a cow out in a field eating some cut or whatever it is. I mean, like that is living right there. And
I'm with you.
You have the follow up of you have saucy bread to eat that is delicious as well. Because that's the thing about pizza. You can put it together, you can separate it. It's still fucking great. It can be hot, it can be cold. It doesn't matter. Pizza's wonderful.
I'm of the mind, and people are going to disagree with me. That's okay. There's idiots out there. But like prosciutto on pizza, that's not a real pizza. It's a flatbread. Sure, it might be in pizza form, but all of a sudden, pizza. There needs to be some rules for what pizza is.
I love this. I love this.
No, that's ridiculous. You're being ridiculous. That's absurd. You can't limit. Because like I don't know. Maybe in like the 1400s, they're like, oh, put pepperoni on the pizza, and people were like, that's crazy. You can't limit. You know what I mean? Like maybe hot, like chicken wings, like whole chicken wings with the bones aren't a pizza topping now, but maybe in 1,000 years they might be. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'm gonna say the opposite. I'm gonna say right now, there's only a handful of pizza toppings that make a pizza. Everything else is a flatbread at Tim's point. And here's why. You know those little stringy mushrooms they put on things? Yeah. They put those on you'll get that like on a white sauce pizza. That's a flatbread. This mushroom doesn't belong here. It's too bougie. You know what I mean? Like, what are you trying to prove, mushroom? You want a mushroom, you get a portobello mushroom, you dice that thing up. I look at it, I go, maybe I like that thing, maybe I'm going to throw it up. I don't know. Oh. That's a pizza topping. Right?
Nick, quick question.
Bell pepper, same thing. Sometimes I like bell peppers.
Love bell pepper.
Sometimes
I love bell pepper. You're
this
insane.
makes me think that makes me think of vomit.
No, you don't mean that. You're saying some Greg shit.
Every once in a while.
Here's what happened.
I look at
you started saying stuff, you forgot what you were talking about, now you're talking like Greg. That's insane.
Here's what I'll say. I look at the what do they call it? Not the animal style pizza. What do they call that? It's like everything that you put on.
Supreme.
I look at the Supreme slice every once in a while, and that's always the one that's the most divisive for me. Because obviously, Pepperoni Diplomacy Act of 2019 intact. We've ratified that. That is going to be forever, right? Get enough of that. But every once in a while, I see a slice of the Supreme. It's always the one that's left. Nobody ever fucking eats the Supreme.
No, that's
the fucking
always
olives. It's the olives.
Always the one that's fucking left, right? I look, you fuckers,
true.
this is what you fuckers always do to me. I don't want to do the pizza. I'm going to eat the Supreme pizza. And I look over it, whole Supreme pizza. I'm licking the fucking crumbs off of the bottom.
It's because
you grab the cheese out of the middle where the little table was. I'm like, this is all I have left of the pepperoni pizza because everyone wanted the
It's because Andy's in there shoving down like pepperoni slices. It's not our fault.
No, listen.
That's not our fault.
Kevin, I'm not going to disagree with you that Andy is a complete and total monster.
That's like
but what I will say is that every once in a while, when I look over at that Supreme, I go, fuck, I want one more piece of pizza. All that's left is Supreme because you animals ordered it. And I eat it and I go, and I think to myself,
just pick off the shit you don't want.
I think to myself, I kind of like this. All of these together kind of work.
That's the thing. It does work. Like a Supreme pizza is definitively a pizza, and I will not have you put it in the same category as all these other ones. Like Supreme pizza is not why'd you guys order this? No, Supreme pizza is a pizza you order. People are going to be happy with it. You're not going to upset people. It's not like the random shit where you get the weird ass like vegetables and stuff on it.
Here's what I'll say. It's all of the bad things that make a pizza, when put together, is good. You take one of those things off of it, though, and all of a sudden it's disgusting. The bell peppers, alone are disgusting. You put them on the
you,
pizza,
that's
it's
really
the
ridiculous.
little bit of bite that you need to actually get through the supreme pizza.
The olives don't need to
every
be on
time
there,
I
I'll say
eat
it.
the pepperoni on the supreme pizza or the sausage, I just go, why the fuck didn't we just put pepperoni and sausage on this pizza and leave all this other shit off?
See, my thing about this
Supreme
is
dream.
here. I
Supreme
understand what you're
dream.
saying. This is what makes flatbread a flatbread instead of a pizza. I frankly don't care how you want to separate them because, of course, flatbreads being on any menu are put there for one reason, and it's to dupe people into thinking they're not eating pizza, which is the struggle I have around here every day. And I will lower my voice so my wife doesn't hear. But of course, I will eat pizza, breakfast, lunch, and dinner still, Mike. You know what I mean?
You
But
will.
Jen keeps track of it in her head of the last time we had pizza. And Jen, a big Supreme Pizza fan often. You know, she won't want that. That's what she'll request. And again, since I'm out here starving, so thirsty in the desert, I don't care. Fine, we'll get that. That's fine. But when you get there and you order something, we ordered Italian the other night, right? And it was like, okay, cool. And we had pizza the night before. And I was like, okay, cool. She wanted a pasta for Valentine's Day. I'm like, no big deal. That sounds great. We'll do this, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw on there like a little flatbread thing. You know what I mean? It's got a fancy name. It didn't say like pepperoni or prosciutto pie or whatever. They put some weird Italian name on it. And I was like, what about this? And she's like, what is it? I'm like, it's a flatbread. She's like, oh yeah, sounds great. Duped her, got her. You know what I mean?
Got her,
I'm having
Greg.
pizza 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
Because you open the box and it's like, okay, it's a pizza that's shaped like a boogie board. And suddenly we're gonna, it's a flatbread. Ooh, I don't care. Call it a salad. Just do whatever. Because if I can be eating pizza left and right, nobody notices. Fine, whatever.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I know you
I
are.
like that you're making it work for yourself, Greg. Now, can we do
You
that
gotta
for
play the system.
Kevin with milkshakes? Could we like dupe Paul and to be like, oh, those are shooks, you know what I mean? Or something weird.
No. We call
Me
him
and
protein
Kevin are
shakes, and
drinking
that way he
more
can eat them before he
milkshakes.
works out.
Oh,
there's
You get a
no
little
way.
protein powder in there, and all of a sudden it becomes healthy. Like,
But, like-
everyone else does that.
Mike, I need to be limited. You know what I mean? Like I need to have limits, or else I'll just destroy myself.
See,
Like,
I'm
I
like Greg,
can't
though. You
have
gotta live your
milkshake.
best life, you know? You gotta
Well,
go
that's
out
how you
there and
die
have
from
pizzas all the
diabetes,
time.
though. You
Nah,
know?
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You shake that off.
I don't know.
Shake that off, Kevin. You shake that off.
You're gonna die from something.
But
Could be
could
a
it
bus
be
tomorrow.
50 or
This guy
60
eat too much
years
pizza.
difference?
I mean, that's pretty cool. Pizza fans from left and right will know who I am. You
Yeah,
know
but
what
you're
I
talking
mean?
about like an exploded heart at that point. Like one of your ventricles just
Yeah,
gonna clog
something's
and
gonna
pop.
get me anyways. Speaking of this too, Kevin, I want you to know the other day, we went for a walk and Jen's like, let's get some ice cream. I'm like, all right, cool. And we got there and she wanted soft serve, so they got soft serve with the cone. But then this place had milkshakes, and I was like, you know what? They had an Oreo milkshake. I'm like, that sounds good. I haven't craved a milkshake in a long time. I'll try that. I'm not even. And this is the thing. I'm not even hungry. I'll have a sip or two of this and I fucking destroyed this milkshake. Snowbike Mike. You kidding me right now?
It's so good.
Yeah. It's
How
a
could
spot
you-
every time.
How could you? Listen. I don't drink a lot of milkshakes, but when I do, I just know if my tongue hits that milkshake, I'm finishing the thing. I don't care how big
Sure.
it
I
is.
don't think anyone.
I'm
like,
with
everyone-
you. And guys, I have a problem when it comes to milkshakes. It's definitely a me thing, and it
Gives you the squeegees.
hurts. And I wonder if you guys have advice to help me through this.
Give it
Whenever
to
I
me.
end up going to In-N-Out, which is rare, but when I end up going there, I'm like, I'm gonna get a milkshake. I'm gonna do it. I don't really drink soda anymore, so whenever like the combo comes with a drink, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna splurge and I'm gonna get a little dessert with my meal, right?
Sure.
So I get the milkshake, and the problem I always have is the problem that we've all had when it comes to milkshakes is the straw is
yourself.
not made
Yeah. Yeah.
to,
It's not
to
made for it.
consume
No, it's
Nah,
not
the
good.
thickness of these milkshakes, right?
That's done
So-
for your protection.
But the problem is it's done
No.
for my protection, but it doesn't stop me from pushing through and sucking that whole thing down.
Yeah.
And I suck so hard
You're
that
gonna
my
hurt yourself.
entire mouth and my throat hurt for like hours afterwards because I'm just like, that's me sucking. That's my suck face, guys.
See, what I appreciate about that when you're there, whether it be Portillo's, McDonald's, In-N-Out, is that, yeah, this straw doesn't work, so it makes me pace myself, where I let it get a little warm. I let it get more liquidy, and then I really get to go to town on her. You know what I mean?
But that's the weird thing is it's not really
like
pacing
that.
yourself, right? Like that's you're just being slowed down. You're not taking little by little. You're just
Well, I'm saying, I
waiting for
try.
it.
I do that thing, or
Yeah, I
I'm
hate
trying to
that.
get it out. You know what I mean? I'm trying desperately to move it.
Now, see,
I
what's the alternative here, though? A boba straw?
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
no,
was, so
that's-
what I was just gonna say.
but
Nick. I think we
that's-
need a thick straw so I can get a big old suck
But
on that thing. You know
A
what I mean?
boba
Big rip.
straw is not, the plastic isn't thicker. It's just a wider gauge for the
Yeah,
hole.
we need a wider gauge though.
No,
Wider
no,
gauge.
no.
That's what
We
I'm
need
saying,
something
though.
that's more
Yeah,
yeah.
structured. You need something that's not going to collapse with the pressure. I'd argue you need a metal straw.
No.
No,
No,
it's still
boba
too
straws
thick.
are
I need
fine.
It's
something
cold and it's on
thick.
your teeth.
Nah, they're going to collapse.
I think a boba straw would do, but the problem with the boba straw is that every time I suck through one of those boba straws, it was the first, I get flashbacks to the first time I did it. Didn't realize there was tapioca at the bottom of it. Shot that thing right back into my esophagus, almost choked on it, right?
Nick, real quick, as we have proven last week, there are a lot of people in states that are unfortunate states.
Mhm.
Can you explain what boba is? What are you talking about with this straw? What is this drink?
Boba's a sweet drink that has little balls of tapioca. It's a milk drink basically, or milk
Milk
what do
tea.
they call it? Milk tea. Thank you. Milk tea with balls of tapioca in the bottom of it, and they're fun to suck up and sort of chew into your mouth.
Mhm.
Tapioca
They are
doesn't
not
really
very
have too much of a taste, but it is kind of slimy. So the texture is what I
It's
think people
sweet,
really respond
usually.
to. Yeah, but you got the milk tea there that's super sweet. So relatively, you eat the thing afterward. You're like, this just tastes like slime.
The tapioca comes in like a syrup, so there is like it adds an inherent sweetness to it. So usually at the bottom, it's gonna make the drink even sweeter.
Greg, I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like the people out in Arkansas, they don't know about tapioca and they don't know about the boba.
Mike, I'm gonna
straws,
show
you
you.
know?
I
worry
want you
about
not,
them out there.
Mike. I want you
a
not
big
to get
concern for
freaked
people
out,
in
okay?
Arkansas.
Because it looks weird, but I think they're a lot of fun.
I mean, I've sucked down a couple of those balls, Kevin.
Okay.
I've never been afraid.
If Snowbike Mike sees something that looks like a chai tea iced latte, he's open to it.
Oh, come on. And you tell me you got little chewy balls inside of my chai tea lattes? Of course I'm going to have that, Kevin.
Here's
I
the
was
problem.
always really confused as a little kid for multiple reasons. When I was first introduced to Boba Tea when I was like probably 11, middle school, and it was a big thing. We'd all after school go, we'd buy some, we'd drink it, and then we would just suck them and shoot them at each other because we're young boys.
You're
That's
kids,
what boys do. But I was always really confused because people would like it's almost like a synonym for just call it tapioca. Like, oh, we're gonna get some tapioca. But growing up, I always thought of tapioca as the pudding. And I was always really confused at how the same word that is such a weird, unique word could be two such different things, both in color and taste and format, all of it. Do you have any insight, Nick?
For a long time, I thought the character Topanga was named after tapioca pudding, and it really confused me when I was younger. And up until just right now, I think I realized they're two different things.
Very different.
Did that help at all? What you were saying?
A little bit, just
Cool.
a little bit.
Cool.
Well, I mean, like,
tapioca-
this is the thing we're talking about: tapioca balls and tapioca pudding, right? Like,
Yeah.
tapioca is the root of both of these things.
What is tapioca?
It's
Are
a
they?
starch. It's a starch. Yeah. It's like instead of saying flour, tapioca is a starch.
Oh, it looks like a potato. That's weird.
Now, see, now you're adding some shit that I wouldn't like.
Google
I'm
tapioca,
concerned.
Kevin, and look at what it looks like. It's like it comes from a potato.
Yeah,
which
there it
is a
is.
starch. So Kevin's
Okay.
right.
Right.
But look at this.
So this gets turned
Oh,
into a powder, and from that you can make a whole bunch of stuff. Like
Why is it
kinda like a
so do they
root.
add coloring to it to make it that dark purpley black color? To make the balls?
I don't know. I don't know. That just could be
Jesus.
the syrup that it's in.
Because then the pudding one, it has more of a yellow.
Well, that
white
makes sense.
cream.
Well, I think that has rice
Yeah.
in it as well.
Well, that's like more of a rice pudding then, right?
No,
Or
a
is tapioca
tapioca
and rice
pudding
the same thing?
doesn't tapioca pudding have rice in it?
Well, rice pudding does, but I don't know if that's the same as tapioca pudding. This is what I'm saying.
You're telling me rice pudding has rice in it? Nah.
versus
If you
rice
want to,
pudding.
I mean,
That looks so good. I would eat the shit out of that right now.
Oh,
that
fuck
looks
yeah, I
awesome.
You know what I
would.
mean? Give me a little spoon. I'm gonna go to town.
Tapioca
How about if I
pudding
gave
is
you a big
made
spoon?
with tapioca, milk,
I mean,
bean
I'll
sugar,
finish it
vanilla,
too
and other
fast. I won't even enjoy
flavorings.
it, Greg.
Rice pudding is smoother than tapioca pudding because the rice grains are soft when cooked, while tapioca pudding has a rubbery texture. So they are two distinctly different things.
but they're similar. You
They
know,
look
they're-
I mean,
similar.
all puddings are similar.
Sure.
You put a pudding in front of me and I start eating it, it tastes good. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute, is this rice pudding or tapioca pudding? Because I have a hard line between these two. Nah, I'm fucking eating the whole thing. Did you ever go to Loving Cup, Greg?
no,
Oh,
isn't that vegan place?
I don't think it's vegan.
Oh, I'm thinking of Loving Hut. Sorry, what's
No.
Loving Cup? What's that?
Also,
I
why
Yeah,
were you
Loving
so
Cup is a-
offended?
I know. I don't know.
why? Why am I offended?
Yeah.
That place fucking sucks. Loving Hut.
Oh. So you have been to it.
Oh yeah, God. Well, Danny
Got
Mac
it.
came, and Danny Mac, of course, is a fucking celebrity, and he can't eat normal food because of a condition. So we have to go to this
Oh.
place. It's terrible.
I only
Horrible meal.
eat. I need you to smash up Ritz crackers and baby bird them into my mouth.
No crackers. That would kill him. You know what I mean?
I would
It's
kill
one
him.
of those things, like, you know, it's one of the. He's like a mutant where he has this superpower of being a great actor and very talented, but then the con is that he
This
can't
looks
eat normal food.
great. I need here.
Yeah, that's what you think. Here's the thing: is I'm not even talking shit about vegan food. I've had plenty of great vegan food. I went to a vegan place in
Look at the
L.A.
soups.
and got their burger. That was their Big Mac. It tastes like a Big Mac. It was insane. But what I'm saying is, like, this place tricked me.
Okay.
So that's the opposite of Loving Cup. Loving Cup is a ice cream and rice pudding place where you go and you can get freshly made rice pudding of a different variety of flavors,
Mhm.
or you can get the ice cream where you pick. it's all vanilla based or chocolate based. I think there's two,
Mm.
and you pick what toppings you want in there, and they put it through a machine and then stamp all the toppings into it and like mixes it up and
God.
comes out.
That
and
sounds
it's
amazing.
ridiculously good.
Yeah,
And
this
every once in a
looks
while they
good.
have Rice Krispie squares that are like the
Oh
size
my
of your
God.
face.
Oh, this
And
looks
then
good.
that's the Sophie's choice. I'm like, what do I pick? Do I pick the ice cream, the rice the rice pudding, or the Rice Krispie treat? And I usually go
Just
with
get
like
both,
two
right?
of them.
Where
Just
is
get
this?
both.
Where is one around?
There's one by where I used to live in the marina, and then I think there still might be one over on in Russian Hill, but that one might
I
have
want to eat
closed
this
because of the
so
pandemic.
bad.
But this was open during the whole pandemic. When they were allowed to be open, they reopened ASAP, and I was just like, "This is what I need, just a sweet treat." You put some Oreo. We used to get the vanilla rice pudding, and they would just smash Oreo cookies, put them on top of there, and just cram them in. Oh, it was the good, so good.
Sounds like the good stuff.
It was the good stuff.
You guys ever been to one of those Thai places that like they'll get the cream and then pour it down and they get the Oreo and crunch it in? And it's like a table where it's super cold and they make the ice
Cold
cream
Stone.
into. No.
Cold Stone.
Okay.
Cold Stone for sure.
He said
Tim,
a
you know what I'm
Thai
talking about,
place,
right?
though.
Yeah, it's a Thai like ice cream.
You
And they
tip them
scrape
and they
into the
sing. Yeah,
rolls.
they got the cold stone. They,
No.
they shove all this shit
I
together.
remember that.
Yeah, me and Mike have been there.
Yeah,
Tim,
we've
help
been
me
there, too.
out,
I've
for
only-
God's sakes. They got
I've
one
only been
right
to a
next
Cold
to
Stone
the movie
Creamery
theaters.
once. We'll Google it.
I
We got
don't
the-
know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Icicle?
Oh my god! Look at the loving cup menu. Dirty hipster, vanilla plus Nutella versus plus Oreos,
Oh yeah.
monster cookie, vanilla plus cookie dough plus
It's
Oreos.
legit. And you know what I love most about this, Greg? Is it continues,
I'd love to hear what you love the most.
It continues the tradition of kind of stony baloney high school kids that
Sure.
don't give a fuck about you.
Sure.
And they're cool. I'm not saying that they're bad. I've never had a bad experience in Loving Cup. But it's definitely like every time you ask them, hey, is that good? They're like, yeah, man, it's really good. And you're like, no, I don't. This kid does not give a fuck about me. He's a high school kid. He's just trying to get through his work shift, and I respect the shit out of that.
Mike,
'cause
I
he
don't
knows
mean
I'm
to
gonna
bring it
get
full circle, but
everything.
they got animal crackers you can mix into this stuff too.
Yo, I mean, let me put this down. Kevin, just so you know, we're breaking the rules. Me and Nick, we're going there once a week. Maybe you could join us, you know what I mean? Once a week.
I mean, I'd be open to that.
Wait, why is that
Okay,
breaking the
okay.
rules?
Well,
I
you know,
don't either.
Kevin's really restrictive on the milkshakes, Craig, and I'm sick of it. Okay.
Gotcha.
We go out, we
Gotcha.
we go to a burger spot. Let's get a milkshake. He refuses it. You know, we go to a taco spot. Let's get a milkshake.
Well, I mean,
He
I
refuses it.
can
It's like
not
everywhere
get a
I wanna go.
milkshake. That's fine. No, you
Ah.
don't. It doesn't have to affect where you want to. And frankly, I don't know that it has ever affected where you want to go.
If we had a thicker straw, you'd probably want the milkshake. You're right, Kevin. Thicker straw.
I mean, you're acting like it's like all right. You're acting like I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about milkshakes. But that's fine.
Let's
fine.
be honest though. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point with the milkshake, I mean, listen, I'm not talking about for everyone out there who's a normal human being. I'm not talking about your small milkshake from McDonald's. I never get that. I get the biggest possible thing from McDonald's. And I'll be honest with you, 90% of the time, I'm opening that lid about 5 minutes into that thing, and I'm just dumping that thing into my mouth.
Yeah. McDonald's milkshakes, man, they're something special.
They're good.
I've never seen this in my life.
You've never seen this?
No.
Icicles?
Oh,
there's one down in SF. I walked right by it yesterday on the.
Yeah, it's
movie.
it's in
that ice cream?
in by the parking lot. Yeah. So what they do? You've never seen this? It's so fun to watch. So what they do is they get a thing of heavy whipping cream, right, with probably sugar in it, and they pour it on this like metal slab. I'll look it up. And then
Cold Stone.
that's. I mean, it's not. I hate you so much.
I mean, you are describing exactly the whole point
it's
of
a
Cold
metal-
Stone
it's a-
Creamery.
it's a- but it's
I know what you're
different.
gonna do. You're gonna talk about them smashing up, then they make it into something, and they roll it.
Yeah, but they like so they'll add strawberries to it, smash it up really good. But it's a liquid, and the metal thing is like super cold.
Okay.
And
That
it
sounds
freezes
great.
it.
There was one of those in SF or the Sunset where I used to live. Let's Roll right across from Andronico's, and it always looked good, but I didn't go there. And then I think the pandemic got them. I think they closed down.
That's so
That's
sad,
unfortunate.
that's sad.
Happened to a lot of people.
It did happen to a
Also,
lot
I'm
of
still
people, but
around.
it didn't happen to us, ladies and gentlemen, because of your support on patreon.com/kindafunny. Remember, over on patreon.com/kindafunny, you can write in to be part of the show, just like DJ Kento did to get us to this topic somehow. You, of course, can get the show ad-free. You could be watching live, like Veronica Flores is, Omega 3 is, and Cannibal King are. And, of course, you could get the show ad-free, which I already said. A post-show later, ad-free. However, you're not watching on patreon.com/kindafunny. So, here's a word from our sponsors. Green Chef is the greenest way to get your greens. It's the most sustainable meal kit out there, offsetting 100% of their plastic packaging in every box and 100% of their carbon footprint and emissions. Their pre-portioned ingredients mean you reduce your food waste by at least 25% compared to boring old grocery shopping. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well with options for every lifestyle like keto and paleo, vegan, vegetarian, fast and fit, Mediterranean, and gluten-free. I'm Greg Miller, and I use Green Chef. They just sent me a box the other day. We had these Greek pitas. They were delicious. You cut them in half, then you put all the delicious stuff in there. Came in a brown bag. You open up the brown bag, take out all these other brown bags, then you recycle it all, then you eat this delicious food. It's great. Why wouldn't you do this? Go to greenchef.com/kindafunny130 and use the code kindafunny130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/kindafunny130 and code kindafunny130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Think of all the things you could do and all the places you could go if you didn't have high interest loans or credit card debt. Upstart helps make those dreams a reality by helping you pay off your existing debt quickly with a personal loan. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. Whether you're paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score and is expanding access to affordable credit. Unlike other lenders, Upstart considers your income and current employment to find you a smarter rate for your loan. With a 5-minute rate check, you can see your rate upfront for your loans between $1,000 and $50,000 and receive your funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/kindafunny. That's upstart.com/kindafunny. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know we sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/kindafunny. All right, we're back, everybody. Wow. Now, here's something interesting proposed by a young reader of ours named Geneviève Saint-Ange Miller. All right. Oh. We're bringing in because we were talking about tapioca, right? And the root of tapioca. And are we talking about the ball? Are we talking about the pudding, right? Geneviève tweeted the other day this. Still blown away by how she uses a big word here that I got to Google and I got to perspicacious. How I'm still blown away by how perspicacious Americans are when it comes to determining whether or not you're referring to hot dogs as a meal or only the sausage. In French, we call them hot dog sausage. Oh, that was the English part. Hot dog sausages and hot dog bread. I guess context clues make it more obvious. But if I send you to the store to buy some hot dogs, are you coming home with buns or not? Yeah. This is one of the weird things of like
if you're going to the store to buy hot dogs, you get the hot dogs.
Well, what I told her
also get hot dog buns, and then do you need pickles? You know what I mean?
What I told her, Kevin, is that if she says, I need you to go to the store and buy hot dogs. Like I'm walking out. I need anything else? Hot dogs. I'm going to immediately go, cool. Do we need hot dog buns?
Yeah, do we need buns?
Like, you know what I mean? It's like there's a tit for tat there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like what I'm saying
order a hot dog. I don't think I'm just getting a sausage. I don't think I got to say, hey, can I get a hot dog and a hot dog bun, hot dog man?
Well, it's weird because until I started traveling to Germany for work with IGN, I always thought that if you had because Italians in Jersey, we do sausages and peppers, and you can put them in like a sour, you can dip it in bread or you can kind of wrap it around, but we don't fuck with that. That's like, why even bother with that? You just eat the sausage straight up. So it's odd to me that anyone would conflate the two of having a hot dog and a sausage be similar and needing to put them in a bun. To me, I'm like, if I'm doing sausage, I'm grilling sausage out there and I'm drinking bourbon, and then I'm just going to eat this sausage when it's way too hot. Hot dogs, of course, the next question has to be to get the bun. The real question is, can you slip by at least one packet of the hot dogs that have the cheese whiz filling?
They never work. They never work. It's
They're
always
never
like
as good as you want them to be. You want them to be great. They never
love them.
You know what's a lot better is get like American slices of cheese, get some bread, put it in the toaster, put one slice in there. Let it melt. Let it melt while you toast.
So you're doing
the hot dog on top of it?
A slice of sandwich bread. Melt the cheese bit on it, sausage in there.
No. A hot dog bun. You never do sliced.
You said bread, so I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I know, but Kevin. I was talking about a hot dog.
I don't know if you know, Kevin. You're the man who tried to convince me you didn't know anything else on how much a milkshake. You never had a milkshake at McDonald's because it wasn't on the dollar menu. So please don't come at me right now. Of course, I'm using a hot dog bun with your monocle.
Greg, I made it very clear that I've only ever ordered off the dollar menu. All right.
I know. I just said that. That was literally the point of the conversation.
No,
was
I
making, where you're
understand.
like,
Sure,
I'm not
that's
eating a
very
hot
clear.
dog with
But
bread like
we
a
also
peasant.
just had a
Which is it, Kevin?
conversation.
Are you a man of the people, or are you one of the richest people in America?
Exactly.
Look, all I'm
I've
saying
often
is
wondered.
no one should ever eat a hot dog with a piece of bread, like a piece of sliced bread. It's wrong. You get a hot dog bun or
It's
a hoagie
fine.
if you want to be fun. No, it's not fine. It's sad.
totally fine.
No, it's
not
sad.
as good as a hot dog and macaroni and cheese, but hey, that's a
Oof.
story for
There you
another
go.
time.
That's
That
pretty
was
good.
when someone
I might
decided
do
to
that
do
tonight.
that.
I might
When
do
someone
that
decided
tonight.
to do that, I was like, "Fuck, this person should run this country." Because this is next level shit right here. I didn't
man?
realize I'm a dumb
George
kid growing up
Washington.
in Riverside, California. I'm overeating every chance I fucking get, and those neurons are firing because of all the carbs and sugar that I'm plowing into my brain. Never once did I think to myself, I'm gonna combine my two biggest love: Kraft mac and cheese and these cheese hot dogs. And the cheese hot dogs have it in there. They're already a bonding agent, Greg. You cut open the hot dog, the cheese is in the middle, it bonds to the mac and cheese.
You're crazy.
Adam.
Those cheese hot dogs
That's a
aren't
lot.
good. Do you
I'm not
actually buy
against
those
it.
cheese
I'm
hot
not
dogs?
above it, Nick, but I've never had that.
Kevin,
I'm just
those-
talking like the normal ass hot dogs, mac and cheese, obviously Kraft mac and cheese. Put some
Dice 'em
ketchup
up, put
on
'em in
there. Yeah, dice them up. Oh, you're about to have a fucking party, man. That's what I want tonight. That's what I want
Kevin,
every night.
I lived off those cheese hot dogs for a real long time. They're like a
really?
guilty pleasure of mine. I fucking loved them. I used to just nuke them in the microwave, wait for them to pop. You'd hear,
God,
and
yeah,
like they're ready.
that-
They're ready.
You go over
So
there,
gross.
and one side of them would
How's
just
your
blow
microwave
out.
look like?
Oh,
What does
disgusting.
your microwave look like?
I mean, it looks like Dr. Pimple Popper. It looked like a fucking zit got
Ew.
smashed and popped in your microwave. But I was like, I don't care. I'm gonna eat this anyway. Smoke a couple fucking darts and just fantasize about being a screenwriter.
Wow.
There's also a flatbread that Trader Joe's sells that is very good for wrapping hot dogs in. And those are, in my mind, the only acceptable things. Hot dog buns, hoagies, Trader Joe's flatbread.
Now, Greg, I'll ask you this question
Please
because I'm
do.
curious. This came up over the weekend. Me and the missus were out hanging out. Somehow got on the topic of homemade garlic bread.
Yeah. hell yeah.
What's your approach to the homemade garlic bread? Do you sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on top beforehand?
you
Okay.
Oh, before? Yeah. I mean, that would be more of a finishing touch around here, I
finishing
would say,
touch.
what we're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
And we like cheesy garlic bread. So we are the type of, you get the baguette, you slice it down, right? You usually what I'll do is I'll melt the butter and garlic together, some parsley up there, a few other aromatics, right? You melt that down into thing, and then I ladle that on, spread that out on the bread. Right, salt and pepper bit. Put that in there, toast it that way, then pull it out, then layer some cheese on, toast that down, and then some Parmesan probably on that.
It's not going to be popular, but my favorite type of garlic bread is when it's less garlic bread and it's more just cheese bread. Like I like
Sure.
it when it's
Yeah,
essentially
okay,
just
sure.
cheese
That's
pizza,
common.
but without the sauce, and then just like taste of garlic. You know what I
And
mean?
that's the thing,
That's what
Tim.
I want.
We've come full circle to I'm down for anything that is totally pizza masquerading as something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's pizza without sauce, but that's good enough, man. Yeah, you cheesy bread, I'm all about it. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
My hack at Blue Line Pizza, which is a deep dish pizza place out in the Bay Area, I'm sure it's in other places as well, is we'll just order a thing of the garlic bread, which is exactly what I just described, and we'll get a side of the meatballs. And then we essentially dip the cheese bread in the meatballs, and we just paid way less for a pizza, and it's actually really good, and it comes out super fast.
I'm gonna throw this out there as a life hack. Next time you go to Pachi's, just order the meatballs. It comes in a little bowl of bread.
Yeah.
So you can literally pinch the bread off. It's all sauce, all bread, and with like 3 meatballs in the middle and cheese. It is like a deep dish meatball pizza, but predominantly meat. It's so good.
When we did this Italian night the other night for Valentine's Day, right, and got a pasta, another pasta, and then I tricked her into this pizza that she thought was gonna be like more of an appetizer thing. Got nailed her. There was a moment where my heart sank, Nick, because we unpack everything, right, and then also what did the pastas come with? It came with bread. Now bread, hit or miss, obviously, with what you're gonna get. Bread's always good, don't get me wrong, but like if it's gonna be a great bread or not, opened it up and it was that fresh focaccia with the sauce, the cheese, the sauce on top, and so I'm like, oh my god, I wouldn't have ordered the pizza if I knew I was getting this level of bread here, because I'm not respecting the focaccia. The focaccia is amazing.
You put focaccia. I took my brother out to a restaurant last time he was in town, and they had 2 types of focaccia bread you could order. It doesn't come with it, but you got to order as like an appetizer. And I think it's called Seven Hills is the name of the place. It's a really good Italian restaurant over in Rochelle. It's comes out fluffy as the day is long, a little crispy on top, with a little with just that perfect dash of sea salt on top of it. So every bite is simultaneously like arid and also crunchy and sea salty with a little bit of like the rosemary on top. I'm like, why don't I call this what it is? why don't I just get focaccia bread and like a stiff one and just sit there and eat bread all day long, dipping it in oil? That's all I need.
Here we go. That one place, Marta's, I think it's called, in North Beach. They got the best focaccia because it comes with the tomato sauce on top. Oh, this is so good.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Not a
this is the
focaccia guy.
this is the flatbread. It's very
Gosh,
good.
out of here.
Roll it with some
Hey, yes,
American
yes,
cheese. Throw it in the microwave with the hot dogs. Good stuff. It'll change your
Tell
day.
you
Kevin,
what,
I
about
just tossed into Slacks photos of Pokey Sticks from Gumby's Pizzeria. This is at the request of one Madeline Stanley, who is a woman of culture in the live chat and saying Pokey Sticks. Tim wants Pokey Sticks from Gumby's. Tim, as a man who loves a good Pokey Stick from the University of Missouri,
Oh, I love these.
God,
Gumby
that looks
location,
incredible.
you do
Yeah.
want
Exactly.
this. You do want this.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this. I did not know that Gumby and his friend Pokey owned a pizza shop. I'm excited about that. And I
Yeah.
do want to now transition this into a much more serious topic, if you
Oh,
boys
wow.
are okay with
Sure.
that.
Ladies and
What's the
gentlemen, the
deal
fun
with
is
Gumby?
over. We're going to a serious topic.
Dead?
What's the deal with Gumby? Why do you have such a moment in the early 90s? Like, why every single weekend did Kevin's mom take me, him, and my brother to garage sales? And at every single garage sale, I kid you not, every single garage in the San Francisco area would have one of those little Gumby toys and the Pokey toy. You know what I'm talking about?
I had it.
yeah.
I
Why?
had that toy.
What the fuck was the situation? Why were there so many?
That
of
wasn't a
them?
moment in the
It was an
90s. That was
epidemic.
everybody jettisoning their Gumby crap from when they cared
Yeah.
about Gumby.
But he was still on TV when we were growing up, right? We
Well,
knew
yeah,
Gumby.
everything's
Probably in
always on.
reruns.
I'm sure right now, if I went and tried hard enough, I'll find
No.
Teddy Ruxpin on TV.
No. That was gone. Like we didn't see Teddy Ruxpin or whatever his name is.
Yeah, when was
Theodore,
I just said
we
his
call
name. You
him.
said it.
And
Did I nail it?
Gumby the movie,
Oh.
1995. When
Right
did
where
Gumby
I'm on the
live or
Gumby
something?
Wikipedia page, and the history is broken up into four different topics here. 1953 to 1969 origins. 1982 to 1989 revival.
Yeah.
Then 1990 to 2021 feature film and reruns. 2022 to present Fox ownership. I'll click on the revival. All right. Beginning in 1982, Gumby was parodied by Eddie Murphy on Saturday
I
Night
was going
Live.
to say it has to be Eddie Murphy.
According to Murphy's parody, when the television cameras were turned off, the sweet Gumby reverted to his true self, irascible, the cigar chomping celebrity who was in high demand. Blah 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 blah. This renewed interest led to reincarnation of the series, consisting of 99 new 7-minute episodes produced for a whole bunch of different people. Blah, blah. In addition to new episodes, the 50s and 60s shorts were included in the series, but with new audio. The voices were re-recorded. Blah 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 blah. So there you go.
So
Legal.
because of
Okay, that
Eddie
makes
Murphy's
sense. That makes sense.
portrayal of him on the joke skit, Gumby came back into the
It was a
general-
simpler time.
Wow.
Remember, there's like 3 channels.
That's
Yeah, exactly.
incredible.
Honestly,
that is unbelievable.
I'm shocked that this video here there wasn't a second coming of Gumby. Have we seen this?
Oh yeah. Oh, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
so amazing.
It's a
Nick,
good video.
Pause.
Ah, damn, it's too late.
that was good.
Nick,
That's
have
a
you ever
good
seen
one.
this before?
I've seen this.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim
Make
brought
sure.
it up.
So if you're a new
Look at
person, or if maybe you're an audio listener, remember, it's a dog whose favorite toy is Gumby. And then he's chewing on the toy, and then he looks over, and his owner walks in dressed as Gumby, and the dog just loses his fucking shit.
That's
Oh.
incredible.
Now
Oh
you
my
make a good
God.
point, Tim, of like I didn't know Gumby and Pokey had a pizzeria. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's Gumby's Pizza is a legitimate phenomenon around colleges nationwide. This is not just a Mizzou thing. I want you to know. I'm looking here, and I'm looking at their website right now. University of Florida, Florida State, University of Missouri, University of Missouri downtown. There was 2 now. Penn State University, Texas A&M University. The list goes on. All right, there's a whole bunch of them. But I'm looking. This is a great point. I've never looked into how this happened. Who licensed Gumby and then made Gumby's Pizza?
Is this really the logo?
Yeah, that's him. All right, that's Gumby.
That's
I
it.
mean, it's
If you go to
Gumby, man.
Gumby'sPizza.com, it's an unsecure page, but they have a new
It is an
logo.
insecure page.
A
They-
new
they
Wish
have-
logo. You know what
They
I mean?
have Frank Sinatra singing the Gumby theme song on their
Wow.
page.
Oh my god!
Good for
There's
them.
also there's a graphic that makes it look like this page was made in 1992 that I really want to click on, but I also don't want the computer.
the
virus
button?
That
Is
comes
it the
along
button
with it.
that-
I
Yes,
clicked on
it's the
it.
button.
Yo, oh my God, it's NFTs. It's
I knew
Gumby
it.
NFTs.
I literally was gonna say they've
Wait,
got they've minted their own coin. You can see it there.
Murder me!
Wow.
Fucking murder me!
Look how hip
Oh
these
my
people
God.
are. Check them out.
Damn.
Look at
Buy
that.
now, buy early, get more
Click
coins.
for coin. Gumby coin. Current chase. 3 days. Click on it, Kev. 3 days, 23
on
hours, and
it,
39
I'm not gonna
minutes.
click on it.
Is
Look
this,
how
gonna
he
be-
wants
is
Add
this
coins.
Register
gonna be
and
the
receive
crypto we all go
1
in
million free crypto coins. There's no way this
Yo.
coin's worth anything.
I want to
They're
go in
just
on
giving
Gumby.
away-
World's most flexible cryptocurrency.
If we
That's
sell out early before all 31
amazing.
weekly phases, the launch will end early and you will miss out. They're just
How much money do you guys have right now? How many of these Gumby coins can we buy? I'm all in on Gumby coin.
Oh my
I
God.
God, their website
Kevin's
is so
just
poorly
dancing around
designed.
pressing the button.
You can't even scroll. Like the
You don't need to, Kevin. It's Gumby Coin.
It's
can
its
buy
own
anything. It's
website.
like-
We have
There it
3
is.
days.
Oh
3 days left to buy
Fuck me with this stuff.
Pokecoin.
Dude, the founders of Gumby's Pizza are named Jeff O'Brien and Chance Hippler. Chance
Good.
Hippler?
It's
Because
hip
my
to
mama
be
took one.
square.
Crazy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What?
I'll tell you what, these Pokey Sticks, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Poke
look
Sticks
I
are
was a big
great.
fan of
Fucking
those.
good.
Yeah.
This
Man,
is
these
like-
look good.
This
You've
is
got to be
insane.
fucking kidding me. So I clicked through on the thing to their white paper, and like it's a 77 slide presentation about whatever the fuck they're doing with this, and they have it here:
Wow.
Pokeland Metaverse in virtual reality, and it's the
Dude.
it's Gumby with a little visor on and Pokey over here.
There's an FAQ with a whole bunch of questions, including can I get a refund if I change my mind after I make a purchase? The answer is just no.
Hell no.
Fuck you. you're not
Another
getting
question
one.
is, how do I contact
Hell
Gumby?
no.
Yeah.
And another question is, how do I contact Pokey? And they both just have a phone number and an email that are the same. And their Gmail accounts.
Good.
Why-
Yes.
Why
Is it like Pokey6341 at Gmail? Like I couldn't even get
GumbyCoins1 at gmail.com. Like they
Oh,
couldn't even just get
Christ.
Gumby Coins at Gmail.
Yeah, they had to get one, man. Someone else got
Had
it.
to get one, bro.
know what
Why
happened is one of
can't we
their
get
employees
away
signed up
from
for it,
this
didn't
shit,
realize
man?
Holy shit.
Pokey NFTs.
Well,
What a
how can the
great
website
fucking
for
world.
Gumby's Pizza be so terrible, but then there's a Gumby's Coins or GumbyCoins.com?
Well, Greg, it's the value is clear. How many coins for a half a dozen blockhead pepperoni rolls on Gumby'sPizza.com? Only 750,000 blockhead coins plus shipping and handling for a half dozen of our best blockhead pepperoni rolls.
What does that mean?
It's a
I'm
deal.
so confused.
It's a deal.
Can you pay in their own crypto?
Mike,
Yes, but not the shipping and handling.
Mike,
course.
you and I need to figure out how to be huge in the Gumbyverse, in the Gumby metaverse.
Gumbyverse.
How do we
bro.
become the faces of the Gumby metaverse?
We
Do we
become
get
the
in
two
there and
blockheads.
are we selling real estate in there? I want
This looks
us
so
to be the tour
bad,
guides of
guys.
people. I mean, look at us. It's terrible. That looks like a
This
Ben,
looks
please be
terrible.
excited Photoshop job.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, don't be so
I'm kidding.
mean.
Ben's better than that. I got to dunk on him every once in a while. I haven't talked shit about him in a while.
Mhm.
This is outrageous.
How have we stumbled upon this?
Chance
on.
Hippler.
Fuck.
Because
my mama took one.
again, we had a great question of like, how does this possibly happen? How did
Mhm.
we get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did we
So,
get there?
Cha-
Because
the Chance
No, so I'm
Hitler
here.
is
I'm,
for
I'm
sure
reading it.
fake.
I'm reading it. So just let me have it. Let me have it. I'm on the
Go, 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 go.
GainesvilleSun.com right now. This story about how Gumby's, the pizzeria, came to be a thing, right? And it's talking about the two owners you were talking about there, right? They were frat brothers. They're doing this thing, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Hitler bought a tabletop oven for $3,000 that O'Brien called the glorified toaster, capable of making 7 pizzas in an hour. They bought 3 deck ovens and had been pulled out of a prison at Stark Flea Market for $1,000. That turned out to be a fortuitous find since business took off quickly. The first location opened at 15, blah, blah, blah. Within a year, they opened a second one there. They had already secured the rights to the Gumby's name in Florida. When Gumby's creator, Art Cloakley, came through Gainesville on a college-speaking tour, they threw him a party, and the founder said he had such a good time that he granted them the national rights to Gumby's and Pokey's name for 100
Wow.
years.
incredible.
Wow.
They
It
threw
must
this
have been
guy
a
a
good
party.
party. They
He
got
was
him
like, all right,
laid.
cool. Here's
That
They
your-
got him
go.
laid.
They would go on to open pizza delivery businesses in about 20 college towns, with several now owned by former managers.
I'm looking at. I want you
Wow.
guys to look at the GumbyCoin.com roadmap.
Thank
and
you, Nick. I
realize
was just
that
about
road
to
map.
bring that
Guys,
up.
it's-
that it's fucking 8 phases long.
God damn. Kev, please bring this up so we can look at it.
I will. Give me a second. God.
Oh
Phase
my
8,
God.
incredible. It's like
Yo.
there's like a world tour. What's
Let me read you
happening?
some of the highlights here, all right? So 10,000
Oh, no.
Telegram members. They want Telegram members. They want 30,000 Twitter followers. They want 40,000 Snapchat followers, 100,000 TikTok. And what are they going to do with it? Eventually, a digital comics line, because that's what we need from this, right?
Mhm.
One day, we're going to get an Android ordering app if we hit
Phase
through phase
5.
2.
Phase 5 is Gumby World theme park. Epcot.
How is that not phase 8?
Hey, hold on,
How is
hold
that
on,
not
hold
phase
on.
8?
Epcot style. What the fuck does that mean? Epcot style.
These guys.
It's a
did
restaurant?
something.
Is that what they're
They
saying?
were sitting in a room and they were like, "We need to come up with 8 phases," and there was no idea turned down on this phase list.
Okay,
Phase
phase
4 is
7.
Blockhead Woodworks and Furniture.
Yeah, they have
Phase 7
Gumby's
ends with
cafes.
Takeover Galaxy, and Phase 8 ends with Takeover Universe.
Amazing.
So these are
God
just
damn.
clowns. These are just clowns
Yeah, these
having
guys
fun.
are fucking around, man. They're having
Yeah.
they're having a good time taking your money. They're gonna take your money and they're gonna just, God knows what, throw another party for the guy that fucking owns Garfield. They're like, we want to open Garfield Pizza.
Jim
That
Davis will
that
never
guy-
give up those rights. Don't
Jim
worry.
Davis is rich already.
What about the
He's-
I don't know.
Farsight
It's like
guy?
I
Gary,
hate
the Farsight
NFTs
guy
and
would
think
give
they're
that shit
horrible,
up.
but if I register and I'll receive 1 million free cryptocurrency coins. I feel like I got to put my.
That
I
seems
gotta
like a
put-
lot of
No,
cryptocurrency.
that
Right?
seems
That seems like I got to put my, for Benjamin's college fund, I got to put my own, qualms about NFTs ruining the world and destroying the planet aside and get the fucking million cryptos.
by the way, I also
Greg,
respect
you
the
have
use.
to do that because you have to invest in this to make sure we get to phase 7, which includes Gumby recycling. So
That's important.
eventually they're going to solve the problem.
Good for the environment.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to the graphic designer who just took the Mountain Dew lightning bolt and threw it in the back of this page.
Yeah.
I love these guys. These guys are my kind of guys. Look at this.
You mean
There it is.
Gatorade? I feel like it's the Gatorade.
Oh, it is
Lightning
Gatorade. I'm
bolt,
sorry,
yeah.
not Mountain Dew. That's what I meant. Mike, where were you on that one? You let me.
Mike,
You
what
left
the
me out on the
fuck?
list.
I
like a
don't see it.
fucking
I'm not
idiot.
looking at it unless Kevin has it up. I'm not.
There it
I'm
is
not.
right there. That's the
I'm not
Mountain
going
Dew.
into GumbyCoins.com. They're going to steal my information. I'm not
That's
going
the
into
idea.
that.
On their non-secure pizza website that leaks over to buy currency.
Our
I'm
non-secure
not
pizza
clicking on that.
website with the fucking thing that a red button that literally says like click here, click for coin.
Please
Like,
click here for coin and computer porn virus. I want you guys to all know.
Contact Gumby. Oh my god. I don't like that they have a phone number for him.
Oh,
Call
that
it.
hurts.
No.
We have to.
No.
We have
It's-
to.
It's what we
No,
do.
Greg, don't do it.
I
We
mean,
don't-
Kevin
Do it.
just said
You
I have to do it.
You have to do it for the content. You got to keep it rolling.
Ah, these guys.
Wait,
We're
what are you
here.
gonna ask him about? What are you gonna ask him about?
Is this real?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
And I
Ask
also
him
want to know
about
because
Phase
it does say,
7.
how do I contact Gumby? And there's a phone number, right? So, like, am I going to get an automated, hey, it's me, Gumby, or whatever the fuck
That's what he
Gumby
No.
sounds like?
That's not what he sounds
I
like.
hope
I would-
we speak
Hey,
to
this
Chance
is
himself.
Caitlin. This is Caitlin at Gumby Head Services. How can I help you?
I'd like to know what Gumby thinks about phases 7 and 8. I really want to know if Gumby can do a deep dive with us into taking over the universe.
Oh man.
God. Now they're in Florida, so I think you can just record them and it doesn't matter because there are no laws in Florida.
Also identify that I'm recording at the top so that
Good point.
everybody's
Good
cool.
call. Good call. Good call.
As you do that, you're fine.
You do that, you're fine. He
It's
says with
true.
complete
It's true.
certainty.
I mean, hey,
as long
this
as
calls
he
me
says it.
recorded. And then, it's
I was a
being
journalist.
broadcast.
He was a journalist one time.
They have their choice.
Dude, I wish I remember everything about fucking standing in states and or like one party, two party
The
states.
text now subscriber you were trying to reach.
Hang up.
Text
Hang
mail?
up. Hang up. They have your information.
Text, yeah.
now.
So that.
Well, yeah, I'm
that's a
gonna.
phone.
I
That's
guarantee
getting
tomorrow.
through. Yeah, that's
It's-
going
you-
through to somebody.
You said it's Florida. I guarantee tomorrow at like 6 a.m. our time, I'm getting a fucking call from Pokey.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Not only-
Alan Stanley says, ask to speak to Pokey.
I'm going to tell you
Sorry,
right
we missed
now,
your
Greg.
call yesterday. We don't get many. What's up? How many crypto Pokey dollars can I put you down for?
This is like my ongoing battle with Sirius XM, where they just, no matter what I say to them, will not stop calling me.
No,
or
you
emailing
just-
me about
Nick,
their
you-
service.
We both know you just like the attention, and they're giving you the attention right now.
They're
and
the
you're
only
like, well,
people in my
maybe
life
if
that
you call me next week, I'll consider paying one more month.
I string them along a little bit, Kevin. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
I'm
rough
still
for me right now,
considering
but if you give me
service.
2 weeks, give me 2 weeks to get to the next pay
Give me a little
period.
2 weeks free. It's what you gotta do with HBO. I haven't paid for HBO in 7 years because every time the thing comes up, I'm like, I'm thinking about canceling it. They're like, well, we'll throw in Epics, and I'm like, that's not a real thing anymore. They're like, what about Showtime? I'm like, there you go, and give me the HBO for free.
HBO
Billions.
doesn't get you Showtime. That doesn't make any sense right there.
No, Comcast does. I still have Comcast. So I threatened. I don't want HBO anymore, and they
Nick,
throw
let me
in
get that.
so
Let
many
me get
things
your login really quick.
for HBO
Yes.
HBO Max.
No.
It's at Joey Noel. Joey Noel at Gmail. Password is stop using my account, Nick.
Gia
So-
got a text last night that just said, "Hey, Daddy, can't stop thinking about last night," and then just a picture of her, I guess, just a selfie, and it said, "What
Not
are you
of Gia,
doing
of whoever
next
sent
week?"
it.
Yeah, of whoever
Right.
sent it,
Oh wow.
and it was just like, "This is weird," because this definitely feels fake. But
It's for
like,
sure fake.
what's
It's
the
for
play
sure-
here?
Engage.
Trying to
just,
get your
like,
information.
Yeah, it's
Buy
like, damn,
me
man,
a
this
flight
this-
ticket so that I can go
Mhm.
bang you. Suddenly you're down
Mm.
$700.
Right, and
Yeah.
you're not banging.
Just
and you're banging.
masturbating.
and
Yeah.
you're not banged.
Yeah.
You're just
You're
you're just
unbanged,
twiddling your thumb.
unrailed.
So I'm still
Yeah,
trying to
it's
figure out the
shocking.
economics of Gumby sticks and all this stuff over here, right? So follow me on this, and this is like an SAT question. How many coins for a Poke Sticks on Gumby'sPizza.com? Which I know we kind of talked about, but let's try to do the math here.
750.
Only 75,000 Poke coins plus the shipping and handling for our world famous Poke Sticks. Now, of course, shipping and hand this is food that's delivered to you by a pizza person, so I understand that, right? But okay, 75,000. Then you go down here. How did you arrive at 70? This is what you get when you buy give them money. 7,500 Gumby coins, 75,000 Poke coins, and 750,000 Blockhead coins. Easy. On the last week of our promotional sale, $75 purchase will get you 7,500 Gumby coins, 75,000 Poke coins, and 750,000 Blockhead coins. And since we are selling our large Gumby's Pizza, large Poke Sticks, or half dozen of Blockhead pepperoni rolls on Gumby's.com for $25 plus shipping and handling, the math works. Is this a joke? I'll feel better if this is all just a joke.
I
mean,
doubt it. I mean,
we're
this
only
is
Because
knowing
right
for
there
like
they're saying
40 back.
if I give them $75,000, I'm sorry, if I give them $75, I get 7,500 Gumby coins, 75,000 Poke coins, 750,000 Blockhead coins. But if I wanted just Poke Sticks, it would be all of my 75,000 Poke coins.
to get an order of Poke Sticks. Or
Something's
did I miss that as
But the
Poke
block
Maybe
Sticks
this is
currency?
just a joke.
Block
I
head
think the
blocks,
only way
those
to
gotta be like $1,
do
right?
this is order some Poke Sticks, right?
I think
You
in for
gotta
a penny, in
commit.
for a pound. How much does everyone have in their bank accounts right now? Let's go all in on Poke Sticks. Or whatever this coin's called.
I just want
Gumby
the
coin?
sticks. I think,
know.
Nick, your head's in the right place. Let's just go all in the sticks.
Yeah, I
Fuck
just
the
want
coin.
garlicky, beautiful, cheesy sticks delivered to
I
my
love
mouth.
that. I
And
love
I want
that.
the sauce to be
Tim, are
a
you
little
shocked?
too cold where it's kind of gross.
See, it's interesting. They call them Poke Sticks over where I'm at Blue Dog Pizza. They call them pizza chips. We call them pizza chips.
Ooh, I
is
like
what we
that
call
name.
those.
That's
I
fun.
And
like
you get
that.
the buffalo chips, and I'll tell you what, the buffalo chips are fire.
See, I don't like that because that's like the
You don't like
English
that?
version of a
Yeah.
chip. And
Yeah,
this is
no.
not
Okay,
England.
okay. I like
We
the
don't call
chip.
it, they call chips, they call fish sticks chips,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Or is that what they call French fries? Which one's chips?
French
Fish and-
fries.
No, that's French fries. Right?
Yeah.
That's weird. It's fish and chips. It's weird. They're called French fries, guys. That's what they're called.
Okay.
But it's also
Mike's
weird
like,
that they're called
your
French
point
fries,
wasn't-
you know?
Yeah. Well, the French made them.
Are they? Is that
credit
why?
where credit's due.
Remember we tried to call them freedom fries for a while because we were sad. The French didn't want to help us go fight a war on terror.
Yeah, go fight a war in or was it Iraq?
A lot of people
Can't remember
saying a
where we
war
wanted
that
to
maybe
go.
we need to get in there and was
I think
motivated
pretty much
by.
now everybody says that.
Yeah,
At the time,
yeah.
there were a bunch of people like, no, we need to do this, but it wasn't a great thing.
Yeah, that was an interesting time in our history. And now
I'm befuddled by the Gumby coin.
What are you befuddled?
Lots to wrap your head around.
where's
there.
the
Lots to wrap your
conflict
head
for
around.
you?
Because I
Where's
can't
where's
tell
the
if it's a
conflict?
joke or not.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not a
100%
worried
a
about
joke.
the moral conundrum. That is this real or not?
There's
Are they
no
taking
way
people's
this
money?
is real. They're not putting take over the universe.
Well, I mean, what do you mean?
I'll
They
tell
don't
you
want to
what,
make an Epcot style Gumby world? You
But
don't
are
know
they
that.
also
What did
not
they
afraid
do?
to take?
I
like,
don't know that.
Will they take your money still?
They'll
You know what I
for
mean?
sure
You
take
buy
your money.
coins,
It's
look,
it's
I
one of
can-
those jokes that
Yeah.
like will cost you money
To find out.
if
It's
you
like
yeah.
when
Literally,
Devolver
there
sold
is
that one
there
coin.
is three. When you go through, there are three I hereby confirm and have read acknowledgments on this. Let's read
Nick,
more here.
Don't give them your credit
Nick
card
is deep in
information.
there right now. Nick is
Tim,
deep
Nick, just
right
sign
there.
up for it for us, all right?
Tim, what's your credit card? I'm buying us
Can we get a
$15,000
burner
worth of.
credit card? Is right.
I mean,
Ho-
yo,
Poke
real
coin.
talk, like this has to be fake. And if it is real, my entire worldview has shifted. We need to get to the bottom of this tomorrow, Greg. Like, I
Okay.
need you to call them back, and I need you to get this answer for me.
God, the first ever part 2 episode of the Kind of Funny podcast coming up next week. We're gonna
Wow.
revisit this and see.
Now
what,
here's the
where
thing.
we
I'm
get out.
on thebittimes.com and they have Gumby coin listed here
Shit.
as a real thing.
Well, I mean, the question
will
is,
lie
how
to you,
far do you take
I'm
it
not seeing
jokes?
articles about this. Where, you know what I mean? Where is the article about this? Somebody should be talking about this because I mean
The bit. Okay, well, yeah, the beer on the bit times. That's what you found. Sorry, you just sent that popcorn. No, none of these are real sites. This is the problem. Is maybe they bought these sites and just wrote their own thing. See, if we ever wanted to play a joke, of course we'd play it out that far. Fake websites, fake
But our-
journalists.
We should have
We'd
done.
embed
We
a
should
couple
have
people
done.
into IGN.
We should have done the Mortal Kombat thing, guys. It would have been all over the news.
that was one of our best ideas that I'm glad we didn't do to people.
I know.
If you haven't heard this story before, because I forget if we've told it or not,
We
Dan
have.
Reichert came over once and he brought us a jack-o'-lantern filled with Mortal Kombat pogs.
Yeah.
And they had already been teasing a Mortal Kombat announcement soon. So we had the idea and we almost went through of putting
funny.
the pogs into a thing and then
An
putting a little letter. Yeah, in an envelope, but like 3 pogs in an envelope, and then send them to like our friends at IGN and GameSpot and all these places, and be like, "News coming on this date," and just make up a date. That way, people would report that, "Hey, Mortal Kombat's getting announced on this date because of the pogs."
I think
Such
that
a
might have
breach of trust.
Well,
Like, what a
but that's the
horrible
thing.
idea.
quite a few
We
bridges,
we
yeah.
never come clean. You know what I mean? It's just one of those big mysteries of like, how do they have everyone's address?
I mean, I will say, right now would be a good time to bring it back. At any moment, a new Mortal Kombat could be announced.
That's
So,
too
hey,
late.
if y'all
It's
have
too
any
late. We
handy
don't-
Mortal Kombat pogs,
We don't have
you know
the
what to do.
pogs
I haven't
anymore.
seen Ed Boon in a while. What's he up to? Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Kind of Funny podcast. Of course, the Kind of Funny podcast is 4, sometimes 5 best friends gathering around this table to bullshit with each other about whatever it is they want to bullshit about. If you like that, you can go to patreon.com/kindafunny, where of course you can write in to be part of the show. You can watch us record the show live, just like Madeline Stanley was, Cody Hagler were, and Matt Grover were. Of course, you can also go there to get the post show we're about to do. That's right, there's more show coming up. And usually we show up and we go, what is it going to be? How's it going to go? I'll tell you what it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to live taste test Loving Cup. That's right. It's rolling up right now to my house.
man,
Thanks to the
he
power of
ordered it.
DoorDash. I'll be trying the monster cookie,
God, the
whatever
quality
that was called.
content we create, you know?
This is how we live. This
Wait,
is how we live.
Did
This
you get
whole
the ice cream or the
episode
rice
was
pudding?
about what
I got the ice cream.
Ice
I
cream?
wanted to do
Okay,
the ice
good.
cream.
I'm
You're talking about they
curious.
mashed
Hell
everything
yeah.
together. I want the
Yeah.
cookie
Ice
one. I
cream
put some
for
brownie in there
dinner.
too.
All right, say
I got the
bye to
cookie
everyone.
one.
Come on.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you have no bucks to toss our way, it's no big deal. You can get every episode of the Kind of Funny podcast on youtube.com/kindafunny, roosterteeth.com, and podcast services around the globe. And if you do that, we like you and we thank you. And Patreon's a better way because you can give us some bucks and you can go to that big game store and use a creator code Kind of Funny. But no matter how you're supporting us, whether it's watching the show, sharing it with your friends, like, subscribe, go to Twitch, all that jazz. I'm excited for ice cream. But until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.